Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Dan Cardellichio, and I am with Naomi Damask. Naomi, how are you today?
I am so good, Dr. Dan, and I'm so excited to be bringing this to everyone every Wednesday. Let's start dishing.
You know what? This is going to be great. This is now officially Wellness Wednesday worldwide, where Naomi and I are going to talk about different health topics, different health topics to help you out because internet today, social media today, they're filled with self-proclaimed experts in every
Mhm.
field. Is that correct, Naomi?
Oh my word, it's so correct. I hear that all the time. Like, what should I believe? What shouldn't I believe? You read one article and then the next article says the complete opposite. So
Right.
it's so hard to navigate these times.
And it's very difficult because everybody seems to be a self-proclaimed expert, especially in the field of health and fitness today, right? And we want to give you what the real deal is every Wednesday, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. And where are you, Naomi?
I'm in
You
the
are,
wonderful state of Minnesota. So
and
I'm
so
central.
your Central Standard Time at 11:30, and I think Mountain then has got to be 10:30, right?
Yep, you did your math right.
I did my math right. You know what? I did get A's in calculus and differential equations and all of that sort of stuff. So, um, I know how to do those things. So tell me about yourself. Let's introduce ourselves. Let's discuss a little bit about what we want to do with this program. So, Naomi, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, Dan, I am a mom of two teenage girls. I am a wellness consultant. I'm a breast cancer thriver, and I love to talk about wellness. And I love to talk about it more than just diet and exercise,
Mhm.
because I think so many times that's what so many people focus on when it comes to wellness. And there's so many other avenues that we can dive into. I am the founder of the Vitamin C Party, which I think everyone needs a good dose of, which is community, connection, and conversation. That is what I thrive on. I thrive on bringing people together, bringing information together. And I'm so happy that you are now in my community and that we are going to
Yes.
be talking to so many different people. And
Right.
I'm so happy to be partnering with someone that has all the fancy letters behind their name. Because, as just a wellness consultant, a lot of times people realize I don't wear the white coats, but you do.
Well, thank you for that. However, don't sell yourself short only because, you and I are getting to know each other. We did a podcast last week. You are a world wealth of information. And when we decided to do this, I couldn't think of anybody else that I would want to do this with. So, for myself, I'm a chiropractor. I've been practicing for over 30 years. At one point in time, I had a cardiac event. I had this heart attack, probably when I was about 37 years old, and I had to change my diet. Here I am, a doctor, and you're preaching wellness and health and fitness to individuals, and so it was a real eye-opening experience. I went to go see a nutritionist who's my mentor, who's in New Jersey. And he said, why don't you go for a master's in nutrition, which is what I did. Went for a master's in nutrition. So I practiced a lot of functional medicine, a lot of clinical nutrition. At some point in time, University of Bridgeport contacted me. And they wanted me to, teach for them. So I teach evidence-based nutrition. I teach pathophysiology of disease, and among other classes. I love teaching the next generation of clinical nutritionists. I think it's extremely important. We just started on Monday with a new cohort. I have a son who's 12 who plays hockey, who keeps me busy,
You
Naomi.
need to bring them to Minnesota because that's the land, that's the capital of the hockey world.
Well, you know what? There is a high school there, and there is one of his, one of those individuals who's a coach trainer for him, who is from Minnesota, and he played in Quinnipiac, and he did in fact mention multiple schools in Minnesota. So it looks like I'm going to be sending you a lot of money per month, Naomi, for you to take him on. I guess I'm going to have to buy I don't know, a big old SUV to put all of that equipment in. I don't know if you want a 12-year-old in your house, a 12-year-old.
Well, you know what? My girls have always said that they wanted a younger brother. So
They wanted a younger brother, so they may in fact get a younger brother. So what do we want to do here, Naomi? What is the purpose of this mini cast, this podcast that we're going to do each week?
it's just to bring a little bit of nuggets to everyone. And, my favorite saying, Dan, is um, when I tell people, like, take what you need, leave the rest.
Mhm.
And I figured this is a great time to just give 15 minutes, just wet the whistle for these people, dive into different topics. My background is I'm very much focused on nutrigenomics and biohacking. I love to talk about the circadian rhythm. I love to talk about the
Right.
lymphatic system. So, I think these are all important things. And as we have been going through so much the past, 8 months,
Right.
I think people have sort of woken up to like, wow, I really need to take care of myself. And the thing is, Dan, if we don't have our health, we have nothing. And I know that
Right.
for a fact, because 9 years ago, when I was diagnosed, it's like my business came to a screeching halt. So I want people
Right.
to really put their health and wellness at the forefront of their life.
Right. And you had a successful career, and then this event happens, just like with me, and it changes your perspective on everything. Correct?
It does. It totally does.
It really changes your perspective on everything. So again, I think that's great. We want to give simple strategies, simple nuggets, because those simple strategies and those simple nuggets can help somebody out. You don't know if we're going to inspire somebody. And that's what we want to do. We said motivate, educate, and inspire individuals for more health, especially over what we've all been going through in the country and worldwide over the last, 6 to 8 months.
And that's, the whole thing is, if you stop to like think about it, we are becoming more sick and more healthy. And why is that? That's why I want to dig in and dive into, conversations around EMFs. We were just talking about, before we hopped on, about wired versus wireless headphones.
Right.
It's just stuff like that people don't know about, that I think is really important to have these conversations. And what you said, it's, if we can touch one person's life, the ripple effect that we will have on the world, I think is really important.
Yeah, I think that's great. I love the ripple effect and what we can do in the world. And we can talk about EMF. We were discussing about cold baths, mindset. Not only is health and wellness, diet, nutrition, and exercise, although that's important, it is the mental aspect of it, the emotional aspect of health that comes in and plays a role. And we want to discuss all of this, and we want everybody, to come on and to listen to us. And if anybody has, whether you're listening to this now live, or if you're listening to it a little bit later on, put a little, what subject do you want us to talk about, right?
That's exactly what I want to hear. Is I want to hear what are people thirsty for? What knowledge?
Right.
And I think, how you're talking about all these different topics, I think another one is, finances. I think people don't really look at that as part of their wellness, but it really needs to be, because people are stressed out these days when it comes to money. And I think that is a big topic that people need to address. And the emotions is huge. And mindfulness, I think we're going to be able to cover a lot of things, Dan.
I think that we are going to cover a lot. And I love it that you brought up, finances, because finances can cause ill health, because, it seems like we're coming out of COVID right now, and individuals have lost jobs. Maybe they've had to close down businesses, So not only, do we want to hit the diet and the exercise and the nutrition, but we want to discuss everything so that we can help individuals pivot from where they are right now to a better lifestyle. Correct?
Absolutely. I think that's the key of this little mini podcast.
This is going to be great. So every Wednesday, come on in, all right, and listen to Naomi and Dan, NND, and we're going to we're going to give you some nuggets. So tell me, Naomi, anything else you want to say before we hop off on our first one? Next week we'll have a specific topic that we will cover. We don't know what that topic is yet, but we're gonna, we'll let you know beforehand.
My little tip for today is, with the weekend coming up that everyone's going to be out, probably eating more than you normally would, socializing way more, is I want to remind everyone the very first thing you need to be doing in the morning is drinking a big glass of water. The very, very first thing before you reach for that cup of Joe or whatever else you're reaching for. Fuel your body with water, people.
I agree with that. Every morning I have huge glass of water and I put some lemons or some limes or both of them in there. And it's a nice alkalizing, type of a drink. And, that's what I do. I'm normally up around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And that's the first, aspect of my day. So I think that's great. Be careful eating this weekend, unofficial end of summer, right? And don't go crazy with eating. If you're passing, the different potato salads and macaroni and all of that, that's all high calorie, bad fats and so forth. So, move on from there, and next week we'll start out and we'll start helping you out. So anything else, Naomi?
That is it, Dan.
All right.
I just look forward to really diving in, looking forward to hearing from my audience as well as your audience in regards to the topics people want to cover.
Right. Again, please put it down in the comment section and we'll be more than happy to discuss that. Want to thank everybody for listening to us today. We are very excited. Naomi, thank you very much for the opportunity to work with you. I'm very excited about it and I'm looking forward to our collaboration.
Likewise, Dan.
All right, everybody. Have a great weekend and
care.
we'll see you next Wednesday. Take care, everybody.